guys, Jeff Ryan here. It's hard for me to come out here and start working on slot carts without playing with them. You know what I mean? It's like you want to take some from the case, put them on the track, but yeah, I've also got projects going on. You know what I mean? Also got projects going on. All right, let's get caught up to speed. The flaps, the mud flaps, those are on. I did a little bit of work with it and sanded them down, and they came out pretty good. Perfect? No, pretty good? Yeah, and they're on there real good. They're on there real good. So that's kind of neat. Got that pretty much done. And wait till the end of the video because I'm going to do something very exciting with this piece right here, okay? And where am I at with the bumpers? Yeah, I did strip the bumpers. I know I told you in the last video that I had them all chromed out, but they weren't to my satisfaction. So, and see this one back here? This has still got a little bit of the Molotov paint on it. I might dip that in the easy off again, but the other three look like they're ready to go. So I've got my spray rod there once they're all cleaned up, and we'll go ahead and get them covered again in the Molotov. I hope they come out better. It's a little disappointing. I don't know why 1 out of the 4 came out real good, you know, or 1 out of the 5, rather, 1 out of the 5. And the 5th one I'm referring to, I sent it to my buddy Mark up in Ontario, and he should be getting that here shortly. He's excited about receiving that. Can you imagine having an ice cream truck and it doesn't have a bumper? You know what I mean? It doesn't have a bumper. No one's making one. I've always said, guys, if on the market they don't have what you want, make it yourself. Just go ahead and make it yourself. And this is a good example of just making it yourself. Just go ahead and do that. And there's been a couple of people that really have taken off as far as making different reproduction parts that no one else is making. So I'm just thrilled with people who are doing that. I really am. I really am. Okay, now one thing I really want to get to in this video, I really want to get to it. This chassis is unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. I was spinning the back tires when I got it, and they spin almost effortlessly. They really do. They really do. Let me set the camera down. There's one thing I noticed when I was fussing with it just a bit ago. I want to show you. All right, now, I said this before in the last video. That spins, I mean, just about effortlessly. And what's interesting, look at the back axle. It's not even lined up exactly properly, so I know I can improve that. But when I start spinning it, can you see, let me go the other way. Look at the brushes and then the stem for the motor. They move a little bit. If I spin it this way, they move. So that's how lightly they're touching. They're not touching, I mean, the brush springs aren't so darn heavy that it's pushing against the bottom of the com plate, making it turn hard. So that's one thing I've noticed. But even the little stem for the motor there, it moves depending on which way I do it. So it's really, really, really not stuck in there hard. I don't know if he bored the hole out or I don't know. I just don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this thing apart, examine every bit of it as I do, and I'm going to keep comparing it to another TJ. Now, just again, fussing with the back wheels there, yeah, they turn freely, but boy, there's a big difference there. There's a big difference there. It's a marked difference, guys. So let me go ahead and get into this, start tearing apart piece by piece, comparing it against this one, and see what we get, because this is the most free spinning chassis I've ever had. Okay, very good. Here's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to take the hubs off, the tires and the hubs off, and I know that back axle there, it's just a little bit off center, and there is just very, very little play in it. I mean, boy, there's some play there, but there's very, very little play with this one. So let me go ahead and get the hubs and tires off and see what we get. Very good. Hubs and tires are off. I'm noticing a little, yeah, there's a couple of little hairs or whatnot, but there's a little bit of rust up there, and again, just very, very little play, and it spins even though there's some debris on there. I got to get the back axle out. I want to go ahead and clean that, but wow, with the rust on there, I got to clean that axle up. Let me go ahead and pull it. Looking at the back axle now, I'm going to take my wired Dremel to that, see if I can clean it up a little bit. When there's rust on there, it's going to keep rusting unless you do something. And then I also looked at the crown gear, not too bad, a little bit of fur on it, got some of it off. So relatively clean, actually, relatively clean, not bad. Okay, that's the end that was rusty. I again took the Dremel with the wire brush to it, clean it up real good. I was just looking at the front bumper here just a second ago, and I'm going to pull it too. You see the more towards my thumb here, the little bit of rust on there. I'm going to go ahead and pull that and get that off as well. Yeah, boy, look at that rust right there on both sides of that little smooth part. I got to get that off. Okay, that is the part that had the rust on it just a bit ago. That's much better. Boy, I'm liking that. Very good. Just very quickly in between takes, I had a chance to paint the bumpers up again. They came out better, perfect. No, there's a Revell chrome spray that one of my viewers told me to check out. So I'm going to order some of that, see if it doesn't do a little bit better than the Molotov. I've been using the Molotov, like it, but I think I was going back and forth with one of my viewers. He asked me, he says, you know, the Molotov, and we both came to the same conclusion. We think that it might have a short shelf life after you open it. So I'm going to get the Revell spray and then try it out and see how it works out. But once again, anybody want one of these for free, let me know. I'll pack it up and give it to you. And again, keep in mind, I've got at the end of this video, something very special going on with this tow truck. So wait till the end, guys. Okay, I'm very anxious to get into this. And my first thing I'm going to look at, I usually look at the bottom of the com plate, but I really want to see how the brushes, oh boy, look at that, the magnets, how the brushes are just setting in there so effortlessly. I mean, they need a little bit of a cleaning, but boy, there's a little bit of movement, a little bit, you know, not just the up and down. They're setting in there real good. And you know what? They don't look like they've been worn a whole lot. They really don't. They really don't. Whoever had it before me oiled it here. I can see that. But man, those brushes are just, they're like floating there. They're like absolutely perfectly floating there. All right, I'm going to get the shoes off and everything, get some wire brush to it. Let me go ahead and get the magnets out and all that stuff. All right, I got it stripped down real good, and I'm doing my best to look in there and see that the top of the brush there, it doesn't come to the bottom of this plate here. It's set down just a bit. I'm going to go ahead and clean the brushes. And you know how I do that, I just put my finger on them, rub them down on the paper there. That cleans the flat brushes. But they are just like perfectly setting in there. And I don't know about the back axle hole or not, if that's been enlarged a little bit, because when it was offset, I think some of the ribs of the axle was in the part of the chassis there, and it wasn't affecting it. So I don't know if whoever had this may have bored out the holes a little bit, but it works. I mean, it works great. I was just getting ready to clean the bottom of the com plate there, and it's not bad. It's not bad at all. But my observation is the oil is more like a grease. I can feel it on my fingers, or it's a very heavy weight oil. It's probably very heavy weight oil. I prefer a little bit thinner, but if this is one of the reasons why it's spinning so good, I might have to reconsider, because it's absolutely wonderful. Just had the Dremel wire brush to it, but look how freely that bugger spins. You know what? That is just, that's something else. That really is. Everything's shined up, ready to go, and I don't think I need to oil anything. I really don't. I think the oiling, and again, I don't think it was a paste. I think it's a very heavy oil. I think there's still enough on here to where I can put the chassis back together again. Looking good. I just got the hubs on there, and I put a drop of oil on both the front and back axle there. All right, let's go ahead and get the magnets in, get the brushes in, top plate on. Just putting the brushes in, and I did notice this. It's a subtle difference, but there was a smooth side and I don't want to say a rough side, but a side that wasn't exactly as smooth. I figure the smoother side was going against the bottom of the com plate, right? Got the engine clamp on there. Let's go ahead and flip it over here. Go ahead and here, get it touched to the transformer. See what we get. Yeah, okay, good. Now listen to how long the back wheel spins. That is remarkable. That is really, really remarkable. I can't wait to get this thing on the track. Okay, let me go and get the body and the chassis together here. Okay, very good. We got the body on the chassis. It is looking good. I remember when I first got it, I thought immediately it was too fast for the inside track here. Let's just give it a quick test. Wow. And watch it roll. Normally the T-Jets don't roll that well. You know what? That is really something else. Let me put on the big track here just for fun. I want to open it up. Oh yeah, okay. I can open it up, but not for long. I can't keep it wide open. Wow, that's something. And again, the way it rolls, that's nice. That's really nice. That is super nice. And I know I featured this one in my last video, but the reason I got this is because it doesn't have any back accents on the, any accents on the back part here. No red on either side, and the stripes aren't painted there. That's one of the reasons I got it. Oh, and the front, they got the accents. So it's kind of a neat piece, All right, I've been alluding to this through the whole video. I want to give this away, guys. I want to give this away. Let me tell you how. She just came up and got my attention. That's why I had to stop the previous clip there. Here's how I'm giving away this tow truck. As you guys know, if you've been watching the videos, this came in, it had stickers all over it, whatnot, and it didn't look very good. Now, and it didn't have the mud flaps, did it? Now, it's got the mud flaps on it, and here's what I want. I want somebody who thinks they can finish the project. I know that the mud flaps aren't the same yellow. What I thought about is maybe making a sticker, like a decal, a sticker, and then do it over. I want somebody who can paint this. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to do this. Anybody who wants that, in the comments below, tell me that you can finish the project. Convince me you can finish the project. It's going to be yours. I'll send it right out to you. I've got the 4 ice cream truck, ice cream truck bumpers that are painted up. They look pretty good. Boy, they do look good, don't they? They really do. So again, if somebody wants to finish the project, let me know. Convince me in the comments below, guys. My takeaway from this chassis, how fast it is. 1 brush spring tension, and make sure every hole that something articulates, whether it's an axle, a motor stem, make sure it seemed like ample room, oil very, very well, and you're gonna have a chassis like this. It is the best chassis, free-rolling chassis, rolling chassis I've ever come across. All right, guys, do keep in mind, I got a few things going up on eBay. Those will be up shortly. And as I always say, if you need anything, let me know. I'm here for you guys. I'll help you out any way I can. See ya.